First come, first serve. Like, whew. Yeah.
You know, while you're waiting on your tattoo, you could get a tarot reading or check out their shop as well. Though they've got a bunch of fun knickknacks and games and things.
Some sound baths.
Oh yeah.
They have all kinds of stuff scheduled. So if you don't know where they're at, go to Instagram, Spark Project Collective Tattoo, and check them out. And small businesses in Tucson, like we need more. We need more of these people. More of these people here in Tucson, for sure.
Keep Tucson weird, man.
Mm. So today on the Tucson Tasty Show, we're going to talk about cake. We're also going to talk about some directional stuff with when it comes to design and what separates pros from amateurs when you're designing in a backyard. And you know, you can definitely tell, you know, when you walk into a backyard that's designed really well and you're like, wow, a lot of thought went into this. And a lot of people don't think about the some of that stuff, but you know, it's we're going to talk about that with Steven from Sorce Signature Outdoors.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Steven, tell us, how long have you been in?
I've been in the industry for 3 years now. I was around construction all my life, though. My grandfather raised me, and he ran his own crews, backhoe crews, excavating pools, ponds, that sort of thing. He ran concrete and rebar guys, and did a lot of the irrigation for most of the golf courses out here in the 70s and 80s. So I kind of always had one foot in construction. I had the opportunity to work with a pretty great company, and I learned a lot under them. Um, since then, parted ways, you know, doing our own thing now, but I get to take all that experience and knowledge with me. I didn't really expect to be in this field, but it really does hit all my buttons. It hits my creativity, it hits my kind of technical engineering side, and it hits my people skills, because when you bring all three of those things together, I think that's what makes a really good designer, right? Is we're looking at aesthetics, we're looking at how we can engineer this so that the aesthetics are still beautiful, but it's really functional, and then we're interacting with what does the budget allow, and bringing all of that together to create something really beautiful.
Absolutely, absolutely. And tell us a little bit more about. I mean, pools during the summertime is an absolute must, and then having a jacuzzi or a spa during the wintertime, like just it hits.
Yeah.
It hits all the right points, especially here in the desert.
That's part of our outdoor lifestyle here, right? Everyone wants a pool.
But it's not water smart.
Uh, Pools do not use as much water as people think. We have a lot of water-wise technology, as we've kind of coined at Source, to ensure that we're being very conscientious, right? Born and raised Tucsonan, water is important. I thought that pools were features. Actually, per Southern Arizona code, we provide every single client with a bubble wrap covering to help reduce evaporation. So there's a lot of different things you can do to maintain your water, and you're really only losing about 10% to 20% of your total pool volume in a year, which amounts to, you know, depending on the size of your pool, anywhere from 5 to 10 gallons. It's really not a lot.
That's not a lot.
No,
No.
no. It depends on your setup, right?
Sure.
If you don't have proper circulation, if you're not using your bubble cover, you could have more. The variables are there. I'm not going to say I have, you know, the exact scientific knowledge on it, but
Sure, the bubble cover is, you know, it definitely is huge, and it helps to keep the water nice and warm as well, because it's insulating and it's absorbing and not allowing the escape as well. So that, like, it's also energy efficient, right? And that's
absolutely.
huge. It's not just a buzzword, you know. It's
Oh, it's dollars in your bank account every month.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was actually talking with Saguaro Solar and Doug over at Sorce Solar, Doug Vernon, good friend of mine. He's one of the owners, and they do pool heaters. And
Mm-hmm.
they do solar pool heaters,
Mm-hmm.
so they can actually go in and they can do it, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to get, you know, your pool warmed during the winter as well, because I mean it's March, and today it's a little bit cool. Like it's
This is
66.
the one day this week though where
Yeah,
it's a little cool.
but it was almost 90 for the rest of the week. Like last weekend, I feel bad for everybody. I escaped. We went camping in the mountains, and I was like, man, it's rough down in Tucson. It's like 60 degrees up here. I got my light jacket on, and I'm happy. But no, I would have definitely been in the pool if I was down here in Tucson. So
Yeah, absolutely. It's part of the lifestyle once again. And as you're saying, the solar heaters, it is really nice. It extends your swimming season by several weeks on either end. You're not going to get the same kind of heat as if you had a gas heater, or perhaps an electric heat pump, but it takes the chill off. You can be swimming in November, you can start swimming in February, and then you're just getting more bang for your buck, right?
tell me about one of the things that we wanted to talk about was sun positioning and setting up the backyard for success, because that's one of the things that I was kind of disappointed with in my backyard. As we started to use it, I didn't install my pool. The previous homeowner did, and the way it was set up was for functionality of ease of install more than anything else. It wasn't really it was good. It's a nice backyard, but it was difficult. It's difficult to get the shading done, and set up. It really does limit the backyard and some of the things that we can do. So it's really important that we're taking all of those things into consideration, and it's not just the sun location. It's also wind. I mean, we're out in Vail, and Vail has the Vail Gales, and so there's days during the summertime when the wind is going and we can't get in the pool because with the wind chill, it's too cold to go be swimming in.
Howling through there, that's for sure. Yeah, a few things that we train our designers to do. One of the first things when they're walking in the backyard is they're looking, is this east, west, north? We're thinking about where the sun's going to be in the middle of the summertime, where the sun's going to be in the wintertime.
It moves in different parts of the sky.
Crazy, right?
Sorry, I'll leave it alone.
But it comes into play more so than just the pool. The pool's important, but thinking about where we're going to have a main sitting area, maybe around a fire pit, and in those evenings, are they just going to have really heavy sun glare right in their eyes? Just like you were speaking, we want to make sure that on the ledge, or you just want to be to your nose in the spa and you can't hold a conversation because it's so windy. So paying attention to those kinds of things, listening to the homeowner, hey, what have you experienced here? Because we're just getting a little bit of a fraction of what the homeowner experiences throughout the year.
Absolutely.
And that's where that listening really comes into play. But we also want to make sure we're not blowing a bunch of debris into your pool. Right? If we've got constant winds coming through, then that's going to tax your cartridge filter system. That's going to, put a little bit more gunk through your skimmer. Those types of things, right? So let's think about making the maintenance a little easier as well as enjoying it. I've seen a tanning ledge, a Baja shelf or lagoon, as other people know it, placed in a spot that had nearly permanent shade throughout the year. It was a 2-story home, and if they would have just slapped it on the other side of the yard, they would have been able to sunbathe on that ledge all year round. And that's not something that's really easy to fix. You've got to come in and tear up. And the weather patterns with that kind of intentionality makes a big difference long term and really does improve the enjoyment overall, I believe.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So what would you say? I mean, what would be the biggest mistake that you see comparing? Like, one sticks out in my head, really, really big. We were looking at a design in a backyard, and the pool was long-wise in the backyard, and then there was turf to the side of it, and the first it parallel right off the back of the patio, and pushing it out into the yard. You're running it the other direction, so it runs against that or with the house, front to back, and so that was the first thing that I was like, we're gonna switch this, and we put up, if you want some plants in the back, you put the plants in, and you make sure that everything's spaced properly. It has to be 5 foot from the structure and walls, right?
Absolutely.
But what would be you're like that's the ones that I see that are the most typical.
I think that's a really great one. I do recall you showing me that one too, and you had a great fix for it, right? And it was, okay, let's make this the centerpiece. Let's make all of the play and all of the flow come to the pool as a focal point. I'd say that The one that really does get my goat is that one where they stuck the tanning ledge in a place that just barely gets any sun. Intentionality. Someone trusted their designer. The designer said, here, we're going to throw this here. We're going to throw that there. I looked at that
You check
yard.
for $160 million, right?
Yeah, exactly.
160,000.
I took 10 minutes looking at that backyard and said, if they would have done X, Y, and Z, move the pergola here, move this here, you would be able to enjoy more of your yard longer in the year, more comfortably. And it's very case by case basis,
Sure.
right? But if you just look at the indicators, if you just put a little thoughtfulness into it, you can deliver a more high quality project. And that's why a lot of people sit there and they go, oh, well, I'm going to get a bid, and is it apples to apples, and what are you doing and what are they doing? And there's a certain amount of experience that I can't put in a bid.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
I've got to show you that through.
I love that. I want to compare apples to apples. Well, most people have fast food pizza. We're not talking about Costco pizza, even. We're talking about fast food pizza, whatever you consider that is, right? And then I've got apples. So which one's more nutrition? Which one's going to work better for you in the long run? Should you be eating that much pizza, or should you be investing in making sure that you're doing something that's healthy, right? Because there's also, a health factor when it comes to the pool, because if you're positioning the pool where it's going to be in a lot of shade or half significantly because you've got the deep end on the other side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I mean, what would you say that would be, or how that would impact?
I mean, it's going to be a lot colder. A lot, which could be beneficial depending, but
not in Tucson. If we're in Phoenix, sure, but come on.
Yeah. I would say that's really just going to put you in a position where you need more solar heating.
Yes. So you're gonna have to spend more on making your pool livable.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at that point, you want to get your solar heating. You're gonna want to get a gas heater, right? So that you can enjoy your pool longer, right, throughout more of the year.
And we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back after the short break. We're gonna talk about cake, and where you can have your cake and eat it.
Picture this: sunset over your custom patio. Friends gathered around your outdoor kitchen. The kids in the pool. Perfect turf, zero maintenance. That's not a dream. That's Sorce Signature Outdoor Co. We design and build patios, pools, pergolas, artificial turf, and complete luxury outdoor spaces built just for Arizona living. Refined design, flawless execution, no shortcuts. Sorce Signature Outdoor Co. Your source for luxury outdoor living.
Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. We're here live from Spark Project Collective, and we're right here at Broadway and Swan. We're in studio with Steven of Sorce Signature Outdoors, and we're talking about all the cool things about pools. But now we're going to talk about something that is, everybody that follows the show knows that the cake is not my favorite, but this cake is the cake that I like. When I eat cake, I eat it from Portillo's. Now, Portillo's used to be a great sponsor of the Tucson Tasty Show, but they're always a great supporter. Every time we go in there, they just take care of us, and they have a new cake this month, and it's their birthday cake, and it's a funfetti cake. And I told producer Tina that I got some, and she was like, wait, I got my piece, right? And I said, yes, I took a bite out of a piece, and the rest is yours.
It's a wise man.
But the cake, it was more fun to look at than it was to eat, because it was colorful and everything else, and it was great. Don't get me wrong, Mom, but at the end of the day, you got this cake that is more colorful than it is flavorful. And it's not my mom's fault that I don't like cake. I just like cookies better. And I saw something recently. It's chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate comes from the cacao, right?
Mm-hmm.
And which is grown on a tree. So chocolate chip cookies are a salad.
I don't know how I feel about that. Whatever you need to tell yourself, though, I'm still going to eat them.
Yes. But
I saw an ice cream cookie taco recently that looked pretty amazing.
For the next show. So
Heard.
What did you like? What did you like about? No, I'm just kidding. What did you like about the cake?
Oh, the frosting was really good. It was like a vanilla ice cream cheese frosting. It was really, really yummy. The cake was moist too. Like dry cake is never really good.
It was almost like a tres leches, though. I mean, it had some moisture on it. I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised.
And I'm not the biggest cake guy in the world either. Like, I like a red velvet cake and maybe some like...
I was going to say cannolis is a really good one for me, but you know what? That's a cookie again. So I
always
like
comes back to the cookie.
What do you want?
And so was that up for Portillo's birthday? Is that why they're doing that? Is this their birthday month?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. How long have they been in Tucson?
They've been in Tucson for almost 3 years.
Okay. Yeah, you just introduced them to me recently, and I'm obsessed with their hot Italian beef sandwich. Man.
So good. Consistency is right.
Yeah.
Beef hot dog, and they actually make it themselves, and they do use the natural casing. So when you bite into it, it pops.
You can tell.
And we tried to put a Vera Earl Premium Beef has hot dogs, and they're so good. So I was like, all right, I got this. We're doing a Sonoran dog versus their Chicago dogs. It tied.
That's a hard one, man. And Vera Earl's always got such good beef. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's locally raised. There's no hormones ever. 21-day dry aged.
Yeah.
This show has that effect on people, I'm told. The cake was really good. So you got to go down to Broadway, Elbernon, where the old Claim Jumpers was, and get it. And anybody from Chicago knows, Portillo's. Portillo's is a staple in Chicago. They started as a hot dog stand.
Oh yeah.
Little tiny hot dog stand, yeah, like a food truck.
Like a cart, yeah. That's pretty cool.
And now they're a hot dog and Italian beef empire. You can actually get catering from them, and you can actually get to go Italian beef. Probably shouldn't be telling you this right now. So when you get the to go Italian beef, you get it in different pound sizes, right? So you get this block.
And I'll be swinging by there on the way home.
It's exactly what they use to make their sandwiches, and it's vacuum sealed from the Portillo's kitchen, right? And it is, and then you take it and you have to fluff the beef. You have to fluff the meat.
Okay.
That's literally what and you pull it apart and take your time, make sure that it's all pulled apart. While you're doing that, in a crock pot, you take their gravy, and the au jus, right? And you put it in and you let it heat up, and then you take all the meat and you put it in there. And you wait about 15 minutes until it gets up to temp, right? Serving temp, and then you literally pull it out. You put it on the buns, and
Think about that next time you're catering. Right. Next time you have to
get. They have the rolls that you get as well, so you get that, and then you gotta baptize them. All right, so you put the whole sandwich together, right? You baptize, you say your piece, and you take the whole sandwich and you hold it underwater for a good amount of time.
Okay.
All right.
What's a good amount of time?
When the bubbles stop coming up from the sandwich, then it's time to pull it out.
All right.
It happens pretty quick. We're talking about a sandwich here.
It doesn't turn to mush?
No, you actually ate that today.
Oh wow, that's the Joey style that you, or what's it called? Leo style.
Like
I'm
Pope
sorry.
Leo.
Pope Leo. Oh, because you're baptizing it. Hilarious. Really flavorful, juicy
It's that
sandwich.
French bread. It's that French bread, right? So it has to be a solid bread.
Yeah, it has that nice thick crust on the outside, right? Yeah. Okay, that tracks.
And if you don't want that kind of bread, then hold off on that bread. Go down to Barrio, and they have their sourdough Arizona wheat bread. And oh my gosh, if you want to talk about like next level, Barrio bread with the Italian beef.
That sounds really good.
And again, you got to hold it under the water until the bubbles stop are coming out. Then you pull it out and you put it on the plate and you put those hot peppers on and you get that zing.
And speaking of Barrio bread, I've been wanting to do a chili bowl with one of their sourdough loaves.
They have the bread bowls.
Yeah.
They make bread bowls.
Oof.
And but you got to get there at 9 o'clock in the morning, otherwise, good luck.
Yeah, that's another first come first serve.
Don is amazing. He just won another award. Check out his Instagram for more information.
He's just like one of the nicest guys I've ever met too. Just always a smile and nice words.
And wants to know what's going on genuinely in the community. Like, he talks to everybody that comes in. He's running the register. Say that every time I go in there, I just order what I want, and I don't even know what I'm paying. I just give him my money and just take it, and you're good.
Well, when you get that kind of quality, you know, absolute.
I got to defrost. I have some in the freezer because so I've got to go home and defrost some now. But it's the bread that makes you smile.
It does. It does.
Because it's all the probiotics and everything else, and it's low gluten, like low glycemic, because of the heritage grain.
And handmade every morning. Yeah, that's a hard one to beat. Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
Awesome. So, what would you say in the last couple minutes here? Everybody needs to do for their backyards.
Something everybody needs to do for their backyards. I would say call us, Sorce Signature Outdoors, so that we can come in and really bring your dreams to life. That's our goal.
And that's 520-216-5677.
That's it.
So it's 520-216-5677. And you can go to the SorceSignatureOutdoors.com. That's SORCE SignatureOutdoors.com. And you can go right down to the bottom of the page and schedule because it's an open schedule. So yeah, you check it out, right?
Yep, absolutely. You can put it in through Calendly, and we'll be getting out to you as soon as we can.
That's some good information to get, and we'll see you next week and every week after that. And as we build up this amazing studio space that Spark Project Collective has given us to operate out of, we'll see you there next time. Stay tasty, Tucson.
Picture this: sunset over your custom patio. Friends gathered around your outdoor kitchen. The kids in the pool. Perfect turf, zero maintenance. That's not a dream. That's Sorce Signature Outdoor Co. We design and build patios, pools, pergolas, artificial turf, and complete luxury outdoor spaces built just for Arizona living. Refined design, flawless execution, no shortcuts. Sorce Signature Outdoor Co. Your source for luxury outdoor living.